Also, don't worry about being too precise with it, so you don't have just a whole lot of movement, but yep, you're doing great. Perfect, and you'll get the feel for it. Yeah, you know, as long if you're close, if you try and get super precise, it kind of gets a little jerky. You know, you'll get the idea. Thanks very much for doing this, by the way. You're getting the hang of it. You're doing really well. You're good. What's that? Yeah, I get to see a little bit. And you kind of learn that you can cheat a little bit. So as that person, the hitter, gets ready to hit from this side, you can kind of start to swing it over so that you can catch the other end of where it comes down. It's just little things, but you're great. So you got a little experience. That's good. All right, good evening, everyone. Probably listening into the hot mic here as we get things kind of revved up here during some JV action between the Bayard Tigers and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. I'm glad to have you along with us. Again, this is JV action. We're trying to keep things up to date here as we go. Right now, the Tigers out in front 6-4. Brooklyn Hathorn behind the camera this afternoon, getting some practice in as we get ready for the varsity game. Glad to have Brooklyn along with us. She's doing a great job in the early going here as we get things underway. So thanks very much for joining us. We probably won't give you a whole lot of play-by-play here. Hopefully you can kind of see what's going on. And we'll bring you some bonus JV action as we make sure that our connection is all good and ready to go. So do not fret that I'm going to mute the microphone here, so you don't have to worry about catching our hot mic moments. The sound will stop coming out of your speakers here momentarily. And we'll continue to bring you some game action here. Thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. So a timeout on the floor. Early going of this JV match. Mustangs lead it 12-7. We'll take a quick peek here. Yeah, we got some folks online with us, and so glad to have you tuning in early here with us this evening. Understanding that it is wicked boring to stand up here through 2 full matches. I've got Brooklyn with her feet under her, and she's going to go enjoy this JV match with her teammates. So I'll run some camera for you, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to mute the sound again as we get ready to go. Well, we'll leave it on. We'll see how we get along here. Bear with me. Certainly more used to talking than I am used to running this camera, but we will give it a whirl. And that one is in the net by Paige Linders. Obelski out, and see who that is that's just coming in. Apologize, trying to do too many things at once here. The Mustangs get another one. That's Jayla Bramer coming into the game, and now we've got Jacoby Knight back to serve for the Mustangs. And another Bayard Tiger point makes it 14-9. Belsky back in and Knight back to the bench. This will be Maddie Schmidt back to serve for the Mustangs. Makes it, I believe it should be 16-9, and there the scoreboard catches up with us. And I apologize for the lack of play-by-play here with these JVs, but hard to see through the camera monitor who everybody is, and so we'll try to keep you updated as well as we can. We had some parents who wondered if we would be, or grandparents wondered if we would be broadcasting these JV games, and so we certainly we aim to serve as much as we can. We hope you're enjoying this as much as we can bring to you. Nice defensive play by the Bayard Tigers that time. And a lift called on the Mustangs that time, so it's 16-11. The Mustangs with some trouble on the serve receive that time. And Key Lovell back to serve. That one's gonna head all the way back to the wall, and an ace for Key. I realized that I was behind by a point. It's 19-13. Key Lovell with another serve here. And the touch, they say, on the Mustangs. Point for the Tigers makes it 19-15. Oh, no. Check that. Yeah, that's right. Obelski in, Knight out. And that's, I think, Jayla Bramer up there at the net. Sending that one down to the floor, makes it 20-16. And now Jayla back to serve. Two hits called on the Mustangs, 20-17 now. We got a net violation on the Tigers. Mustangs inching closer, 21-17. And now Grace Anderson back to serve for the Mustangs. That's set really tight to the net, causes trouble for the Tigers. The Mustangs with another one, 22-17. Good serve that time by Grace. Soft tip. Mustangs not quite ready. That was Maddie Schmidt out in the middle, but couldn't bring it up off the floor. 23-18. That drive just a little bit beyond the end line. Mustangs with the free ball over, but they get it done. And more good defense by the Mustangs, and then the ball sent beyond the end line. 23-20, and a timeout going to be called by the Mustangs here. 23-20 first set. And glad to have you along with us. Let's take a quick check. A few more folks joining us all the time. Glad to have all of you with us. Again, this is bonus JV action here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. We survived the road construction coming down. Lots of construction between Alliance and Bayard here. We made it through and we are set up. Looks like we've got a good internet connection this evening, so we should have a good picture for you, we hope, throughout the night. Murphy's Law always seems to strike about the time the varsity game starts, and it gives us fits. But to this point, it looks like things are holding well. All right, so the Mustangs with a 3-point lead. Late in the first set. A free ball over by the Mustangs. Tigers go to work on offense. And that one drops right into the middle of the Mustang defense. And now we got a ball game, folks. 23-21. The Mustangs need 2 points to close this one out. But the Bayard Tigers are in the middle of a nice run. But that serve will help the Mustang cause as it sails wide of the mark. And so this will be set point for the Mustangs. And back to serve Paige Linders. And that one in the net. The Mustangs take the first set 25-21. So the timeout serves its purpose, breaks the Bayard Tiger momentum, and the Mustangs emerge victorious in the first one. They lead it 1-0.
When the field is your office, you never get tired of going to work. Cut, rake, bale, repeat. New Holland offers the power and versatility to get through the day. From small squares to large squares and everything in between, New Holland has you covered. Visit your local dealer today to find out more. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
So let's take a quick look at who we have out on the floor for the Mustangs as we get this second set started. Looks like we got Jacoby Knight, Maddie Schmidt, we've got Michaela Jaggers, Ashley Bagan, Grace Anderson, and Paige Linders on the floor. It'd be a nice thing if I showed you who those folks really were as we're talking about them. Looks like Bayard is going to have the serve to get this one started in the second set. The referee doing one last lineup check before we get the second set underway. And Bayard with a very, very nice facility down here. Pretty new facility and very well done. They have the go-ahead and away we go. The second set is underway. That set just a little too tight to the net. And Tigers out in front 1-0. And that one returned out of bounds by the Tigers. We're tied at 1. So this will be Maddie Schmidt back to serve. Free ball sent across to the Mustangs. Belsky with the dig from her libero spot, wearing that pink libero jersey. And there's a nice block at the net by Knight, and Anderson, I believe, is who that was up there. And an ace, well, nearly an ace. Very good serve by Maddie Schmidt. That one's not coming back over. Really handcuffed the Bayard defender that time. Out of the middle, that's Jacoby Knight with the good swing. A kill for Jacoby, and the Mustangs out in front, 4-1. My apologies, we keep kicking the tripod here. And now a substitution for Bayard. So Maddie Schmidt serving a handful here. Soft tip that time, but the Mustangs are ready. Into the middle for Jacoby Knight. Good big swing that time. And it'll be a free ball back to the Mustangs. Belsky with the dig, and now a free ball across back to Bayard. They'll set the offense. And we got a net violation on the Mustangs, as that is Grace Anderson in the net that time. Makes it 4-2 ball game. And the serve back over to the Bayard Tigers. Again, for those of you just tuning in, this is JV action. A little bit of bonus coverage here as that one sails out of bounds. Another Mustang point. It's 5-2. Second set, Mustangs lead it 1-0. And now Tate Eichenberger is going to come into the game. Grace Anderson heads to the bench, and Michaela Jaggers back to serve. That one not handled well by the Tigers, and it'll be a free ball across to the Mustangs. The set by Schmidt, and that one drops in nicely for another Mustang point. And another Bayard Tiger timeout. 6-2 early going of the second set. Well, bear with me here. We're going to try to level our camera just a bit. So I apologize for the adjustment. I like to give you the best quality picture that we possibly can. Again, glad to be here with you this afternoon. Got here plenty early and a chance to set up. The last time we were here, the internet connection was slightly sketchy, you might say, and so we tried to, as I adjust our microphone, our external microphone here, wanted to make sure that we had enough bandwidth to make this thing work, and so far it looks good. So Michaela Jaggers back to serve this one up. And that one's in the net. Belsky with another dig. Knight sends it across, drops it right on the back line. Nicely done by Jacoby Belsky that time. Just trying to get the ball over, and she put it in a very good spot. Now Jacoby back to serve. Mustangs lead at 7-3. Soft tip, caught the Mustangs by surprise that time. Now Knight will sub out in favor of Jacoby Belsky. Sharp angle, but not quite able to clear the net. Eichenberger out, Anderson back in. And Grace Anderson to serve. And A lucky shot that falls in. Bayard will take it and narrows that gap back to a 3-point advantage. It's 8-5. Mustangs out in front. That one just long. Point for the Mustangs. So now Paige Linders back to serve. And that one just into the net. And the big swing by the Bayard Tigers brings them back within 2. And that one slapped wide of the sideline for a Mustang point. Mustangs lucky to avoid a point that time, as it was a free swing for the Bayard outside hitter. So this will be Ashley Bagan to serve. And that one drops into the corner. A point for the Tigers. Nice job that time by Jacoby Knight to save that one, but still ends up as a Bayard Tiger point. 1-point game. I think I missed one for the Tigers. It's 10-9. Put that one in the net. And now Maddie Schmidt to serve. Anderson out. Eichenberger back in. Big swing attempt that time by Jacoby Knight, but just couldn't quite get it over the tape. Good defense this time by the Mustangs, and good defense turns into a Mustang point. Well, this will be Michaela Jaggers. And an ace for Michaela. Blocked at the net that time by Jacoby Knight for a Mustang point. And that returned wide of the sideline. Mustangs with a little bit of a run here to generate some breathing room. 5-point advantage behind good serving by Michaela Jaggers. That one falls harmlessly to the floor on the Tigers side. 16-10. I think that was Tate Eichenberger up at the net that time. Well, the Mustangs on a roll here and another ace. And that's going to result in a timeout. Bayard Tigers use their second timeout of the set. Mustangs out in front, 18-10. Not a lot of time to tell you about our sponsors, but we'll run through those real quickly here. Sides in Milburn Ford, Bank of the West, First National Bank of Gordon, Gardner, Lautzenheiser and Ryan, Hins Clothing Center, Strong Insurance, Gordon True Value, Great Plains Communications, Napa Auto Parts of Gordon, Hins Home Furnishings, State Farm Insurance, the Italian Inn, Grocery Mart, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Michaela Jaggers back to serve again. Mustangs lead this one 18-10. Second set, JV action from Bayard. And the Mustangs are going to be whistled for a rotation infraction. And so they'll end the run at 18-11. Great job that time to track that one down. And that one into the net for a Mustang point, 19-11. Belsky out, Bagan in, and Jacoby Knight back to serve. And an ace for Jacoby. Mustangs break that 20-point barrier. 5 points away from a second set victory. Bayard made it close in the last set. It was about this point of the game where they really made a run, but now they've got a 10-point hole to dig themselves out of. It's 21-11. And another ace. Jacoby makes that look so effortless with that serve. And a great defensive play that time by the Bayard Tigers. That one just a little bit too long. 23-11. And another ace. Jacoby's got the hot hand now. And set point. That one dug out of the net nicely by Bayard. And that one just falls in. No, they're going to say 2 hits. And a point for the Tigers. They just play 2. Okay. So Bayard with the serve here. And this actually is match point, it would appear. Now we've got a question and an explanation by the official. Visiting with the line judge there. So 24-12. Match point for the Mustangs again. Paige Linders closes it out. And the Mustangs take the second set 25-12. And that is the match. So we will step aside here for just a bit. Probably about 15, 16 minutes away from game time, maybe a little bit more, for the varsity match between the Bayard Tigers and the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Thanks for joining us. The JV action, the Mustangs win the match 2-0. We'll get ready and prepare for varsity action. Thanks for joining us. We will all right, we're going to try to talk now. We're going to mute the sound this time, and we'll be back with some starting lineups and all that pregame stuff in just a little bit here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Check, check, check. Check. All right, we are just about 5 minutes away from the opening serve of varsity volleyball action between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. Glad to have everyone with us here this evening. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the pregame. You are watching Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Volleyball 2017. Want to remind you, Gordon Memorial Health Services is a signature sponsor for us here this season. Partner sponsor, the proper term for that. What you're looking at here is their website, what their website looks like at this very moment. Want to remind you to take advantage, take part in the Pink Out 2017, as you just saw up there. Let's give you just a little more detail on that. Gordon Memorial Health Services, along with the CARE Foundation and then Gordon-Rushville Public Schools, is hosting 2 Pink Out games. That's October 5th and 6th. That's the Gordon-Rushville volleyball game against Martin on the 5th, and then October 6th when the Mustangs host the Chadron Cardinals. And go to gordonmemorial.org to order your shirt today. And the shirts shirt orders need to be in by September 11th at noon. So that September 11th date is going to sneak up on us in a hurry. So get those t-shirt orders in for the Pink Out 2 games, October 5th and 6th. And finally, our final partner sponsor is Modern Farm Equipment. They have been longtime sponsors for us here at the Sheridan County Journal-Star, as we've brought games to you from all over the place, thanks to the good folks at Modern Farm Equipment in Gordon. So just under 3 minutes now left to go in the pregame. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. I'm going to do a little bit of adjustment on our microphone here just so we don't blow you out. I apologize if we do that. Still trying to get the kinks worked out in these first couple of games early in the season. And see if that works a little bit better to get them all evened up. All right, starting lineups for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs this evening. Number 1, Jayla Bramer. Number 4 is Callie Schultz. Number 5, Sierra Garrett. Number 6 is Key Lovell. Number 7, Devin Tinsvold. Number 17 is Gracie Perez. And the libero, number 16, wearing the pink jersey, is Beth Bragg. For the Bayard Tigers this evening, their starting lineup, number 2, Kylie Stewart. She is a good one. She was a true freshman starter a couple of years ago, and she is fantastic. Number 9 is Sierra Sauer. Number 12, Avery Kildow. Number 13, Shaylee Peterson. Number 15 is Liz Marker. Number 31, JC White. And the libero this evening, number 21, Carly Verbeck. Inching our way ever closer. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the warm-ups. Glad to have all of you along with us here this evening on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. Got a few more of you showing up all the time. Makes it a whole lot of fun when we know that we've got folks online watching along with us, and so we certainly hope you enjoy the match here this evening. Earlier this afternoon, the C game went 3 sets, but the Mustangs pulled out of a 2-1 victory in that set, or in that match. In the JV game, which we had for you just a little bit ago, the Mustangs swept the Bayard Tigers 2-0. And so we are under a minute left to go, ready to get things started here between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Bayard Tigers. And I told you we were going to mute the sound during the pregame, but Bayard's pep band is hard at work across the way, and always good to hear a good pep band. And so wanted you to be able to enjoy that along with us here this evening. Just about time for the national anthem and the introductions of the starting lineups. We will switch to that external microphone so that you can enjoy that national anthem along with us here in just a few seconds. Brooklyn Hathorn behind the camera for us this evening. Glad to have her up here giving us a hand tonight. So now we'll turn it over to the public address announcer for the national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to Bayard High School. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem by the Bayard Choir. Okay, and now for the starting lineup for our Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Number 1, freshman, Caleb Rainer. Number 4, a junior, Calvin Schultz. Number 5, a sophomore, Sierra Wood. Number 6, a freshman, Key Lovell. Number 7, a senior, Devin Tinsel. And number 17, a junior, Gracie Perez. The Mustangs are coached by Kim Trumbull Campbell and assisted by Steph Lovell. And now for your hometown Tigers. Number 2, a junior, Ryan Stewart. Number 9, a junior, Sierra South. Number 12, a senior, Avery Fieldhouse. Number 13, a senior, Shane Hughes. Number 15, a junior, Liz Barker. Number 51, a senior, J.C. White. The Tigers are coached by Aaron Pease, Tyler Jordan, and Michael Lucas.
So there are the starting lineups. Just about ready to get this one underway. From Bayard High School, glad to have you along with us. One last check of everything here. Everything looks good. Good internet service so far this evening. We'll keep our fingers crossed that that holds up. And we are just about ready to go here. Mustangs and Tigers varsity volleyball action here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. One quick rundown one more time of those starters for you. For the Mustangs, Bramer, Schultz, Garrett, Key Lovell, Tinsvold, Bragg, and Perez. And for the Tigers, Stewart, Verbeck, Sauer, Kildow, Peterson, Marker, and White. Our officials are making their final lineup checks as we get ready to go. Now Garrett out. Libero Beth Bragg comes in as the Mustangs will receive the serve to start this first set. Avery Kildow back to serve for the Bayard Tigers. The ball is up and we are underway. Set by Bragg. Into the middle for Bramer, has to tip that, blocked at the net, and that's a quick point for the Bayard Tigers. Kildow back to serve with a 1-0 lead for the Bayard Tigers. And that one is wide of the mark. Evens it up at 1. Back to serve for the Mustangs, Gracie Perez. Gracie sends it over. He'll bring it to White. But that one's set up. And here is Bramer, sends it across. Kildow with the set. They'll go to the right side this time, and that's White again. Across to Callie Schultz, blocked at the net by Stewart. And Bayard back in front as the two teams trading points here in the early going. First set just underway. That one, a very good serve. Key level with the return, and a lucky one at that. Found an open space on the floor. Wasn't the way they had it drawn up, but they'll take it. Here's Callie Schultz. Tied at 2. Softly, but a little bit too soft that time. Didn't quite get to the net. And another 1 point Tiger advantage. And now this will be Stewart. Stewart with a big jump serve. Floats that one over. Callie Schultz doesn't handle it well. Mustangs in trouble here. That one's not going to make it. Well, a good serve that time by Stewart. She'll line it up again. Schultz with more trouble. And another outstanding serve. It's 5-2. There's Bragg with the serve receive and quickly sent over by Perez. There's the swing, and now the Mustangs, key level, just barely gets it across and now sent back to the Mustangs. Perez with the set. Here's Bramer, and she got too much underneath of that one and sent it beyond the end line. It's 6-2. Stewart with another one. This one just barely clears the net, and another ace. And the Mustangs are going to have to solve this fantastic jump serve by Peters. They trail 7-2. It's been a nice run. A 4-point run now or 5 for the Tigers. That one a little bit softer. Here's level from the left side, but blocked at the net. And that was Shaylee Peterson with the block. And the Mustangs having trouble early on here. Coach Campbell's going to call a timeout. It's 8-2 in favor of the Bayard Tigers. Folks, Grocery Mart is your hometown grocery store. They offer great prices and even better customer service. This week, save big on chicken, steaks, ribs, as well as great savings on select General Mills products at Grocery Mart in Gordon. And the Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and much more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They are open for lunch and dinner, and the Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. Well, the Mustangs trying to break this 6-point run that the Bayard Tigers are on, courtesy of the serving of Kylie Peters. Fantastic jump serve by Miss Peters, and now she'll go back to the more traditional serve this time. They'll go right side for Tinsvold, and not a good set that time. A little bit too far outside. Devin tried to punch it across, but couldn't make it happen. It's 9-2. Mustangs in danger of letting this one get away early. There's a deep serve. Now here's Key Lovell, just clears the tape. And it'll be a free ball. No, it won't. As that was Sauer having trouble with that one. And so the Mustangs finally break serve 9-3. And now Garrett comes in to play that front row along with Lovell and Tinsvold. Now this will be Jayla Bramer back to serve. Freshman puts it over the net. And Bayard goes to work on offense. Big swing that time. Bramer with the dig. Here's Key Lovell from the left side. Finds the open spot on the floor and gets the point for the Mustangs. It's 9-4. The Mustangs trying to make a little run of their own here. They need to get back in this. They'll set it right side again, softly that time. Over the blocker and into the open spot on the floor. That was Shaylee Peterson on the attack that time, I believe. And now it will be J.C. White back to serve for the Bayard Tigers. They lead it 10-4. Gracie Perez sets it into the middle for Tinsvold. Nice drive, but an even better dig. Here's Sauer with the free ball across. Perez pops that one up. Here's Key Lovell over the blockers. Dug out nicely. That up tight, close to the net. But there's a net violation, definitely was, on the Bayard Tigers. That bails out the Mustangs. As I believe that was Peterson who got a little over anxious going for the block, got into the net. So Gracie Perez comes out, and into the game comes Maddie Schmidt. So Schmidt into the front row, Tinsvold out, and Grace Anderson back in, and she will serve. And those of you who follow this team very much know that this is a very, very young Mustang volleyball team. Freshmen all over the place out here on the floor right now for the Mustangs. This will be Peterson with a soft tip. Anderson sends it to the back corner. And a quick tip. That one finds the back corner from Kildow. And it's an 11-5 advantage for the Bayard Tigers. So Sauer back to serve. This is Bramer with the dig. Now into the middle for Garrett. Big swing that time, but a nice dig by Bayard. Here's Peterson with the swing. And we've got a net violation on the Mustangs. They're going to say that Sierra Garrett was in the net. And it's 12-5. Back to a 7-point advantage. Sauer sends this one deep and a little bit too deep, just beyond the end line. And now Key Lovell. Lovell sends that one to the deep corner. They'll go for the back row attack this time. That's White. And there's Callie Schultz. Mistimed it just a little bit. And didn't quite clear the net. 13-6. Here's Shaylee Peterson. Grace Anderson sets it up for Schultz. Off balance shot that time, but got it across. They'll go right side as that was Stewart. Now back to Schultz. That one's in the net. And Schultz having to lean a long ways to reach that set. And now Jacoby Knight comes in to play the back row. So this is Peterson, 14-6. It's an 8-point Bayard Tiger advantage. They'll set it right side for Schmidt. Nice, softly done, and gets the Bayard Tigers out of system. And it's a point for the Mustangs. Good job of seeing the floor that time by Maddie Schmidt. 14-7, and now Sierra Garrett. Not a good set that time. It hits the antenna on the way across. Mustangs get one back, 14-8. Mustangs need to chip away a little bit here. They've got it down to 6. Garrett with another serve. Kildow with a quick punch, and that one is enough to get a point back for the Bayard Tigers. Mustangs not ready. Kildow very accurately to that back corner. 15-8. And now Kildow to serve. Lovell tried to set the serve that time. And that's going to end badly for the Mustangs. 16-8. Kildow eyeing the scoreboard to get a feel for where they're at. They'll set it in the middle for Jacoby Knight. She pushes it across. And Bayard goes to work. That one just beyond the end line. It was a nice swing by Liz Marker, but just too long. And now Anderson and Schmidt will come out. Tinsvold and Perez back in. Tinsvold into the front row. Perez will come in and she will serve. Perez deep middle with that serve. Nicely done that time by the Mustangs. Big block at the net. Stewart stuffed right there, and the lead is cut to 6. Gracie Perez earns another serve. That one tight to the net, but White able to get it over. Perez with a quick tip over the top. Here's White from the right side. That one just beyond the end line. The Mustangs back within 5, and Bayard coaching staff thinks that's close enough. They're going to call a timeout, try to slow this Mustang attack down. 16-11, the Mustangs trail here in the first set. It's game time. Let's go, Mustangs. On the field or off, Agent Bob Alcorn and his team are always here to support the players, coaches, and parents. Good luck, Mustangs. From State Farm agent Bob Alcorn. And Hims Home Furnishings offers a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and a whole lot more in that store. And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, they'll order it for you. And they also offer free local delivery. Remember, folks, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. And Napa Auto Parts of Gordon invites you to come and see the pros as Napa Auto Parts in Gordon for all of your automotive parts and service needs. They're open from 7 o'clock to 5:30 Monday through Friday and 7 to 12:30 on Saturdays at the corner of 1st and Main in Gordon. And away we go. Back to work again. Perez with the serve. Here's White. Tipped at the net by the Mustangs. And then we've got a net violation on the Tigers. Mustangs were in trouble, but bailed out that time. And the lead has been whittled back down to 4 points, 16-12. Mustangs trying to claw their way back in it after a big string of points by Kylie Stewart to start this thing off. Here's Bramer. That one's blocked at the net. Big swing that time. Stewart came right back and got it down the second time. Pushes the lead back to 5. And now Liz Marker back to serve. Good serve by Marker. That's an ace. Sails widely out of bounds on the return. Pushes the lead back to 6. Bramer with the set behind her. Perez able to stick a fist out, but sails wide and out of bounds. Mustangs out of sync that time. Lead is back to 7 at 19-12. The Mustangs need to make a move here and do it quickly. That one's in the net. So this will be Jacoby Knight back to serve. A good serve that time, and then tight to the net, but either Bramer or Lovell got into that net as they went for the slam, and so it is now 20-13 in favor of the Bayard Tigers. Mustangs had what they wanted, and this will be J.C. White back to serve. They'll set it in the middle for Bramer, and now they're going to say a rotation violation on the Bayard Tigers. Well, that's a free one for the Mustangs. It's 20-14. I think it should have been Stewart's turn to serve, and instead it was White. Well, that may be a huge break for the Mustangs, as Stewart caused them a whole lot of trouble on the serve. Bramer with a good serve deep in the corner. This will have to be a free ball across to the Mustangs. Nicely done, though, by the Tigers. A joust at the net. Punched across, but out of bounds by White. And the Mustangs with a gift here. They're only down 5. They need to make a run. Jayla Bramer back to serve. They'll set it left side for Peterson. Perez sets it into the middle. That's Garrett. Off-speed shot finds the floor. The Mustangs down by 4, 20-16. Bramer once again with the serve. Just clears the net. Great serve that time. Peterson sends it across, but Jacoby Knight tried to set that up. Rolls off her fingertips, and Bayard inches just a little bit closer. It's 21-16, pushes that lead back to 5. So this time it will be J.C. White serving in the proper space in the order. That one just beyond the end line. 21-17. Perez out, Schmidt in, Tinsvold out, Anderson in, and Grace Anderson will serve. The Mustangs trail by 4. Gets that one safely across. They'll go to the left side. This is Peterson with the big swing, dug out by Knight. Set for Lovell. Down the line, but dug nicely. Here's Sauer with the attack. Into the middle. Mustangs have to bump that one across. Bayard in trouble, and the Mustangs get another one. It's 21-18. The Mustangs trail by just 3. And I think the Bayard Tigers want a timeout. The Mustangs threatening to get right back into this one. They trail by 3, 21-18, in the midst of a really nice run here. Great Plains Communications offers fast internet speeds to keep up with the growing demands of your home or business. See what's available in your area by visiting our new forward-thinking website, www.gpcom.com. And it is time to stop in to True Value of Gordon and take advantage of their Labor Day sale going on now through September 10th. That's just a few days left. Save $10 off Easy Care paints and Woodsman stains. Not too late to stain that deck before winter sets in. Buy one and get one free on select stadium seats, furnace filters, gas cans, and more. First set. Mustangs have trailed the whole way. They were tied at 2, but then Bayard went on a big run. This is as close as they've been since it was about 8-2. It's 21-18. They'll set it to the right side for Sauer. That one got in on Grace Anderson a little quickly. 22-18. Well, this will be Sauer. Sierra Sauer to serve this one up. And a 4-point lead for the Bayard Tigers. Good serve by Sauer. That one all the way back across. And another Bayard point. And the Mustangs in trouble now, 23-18. That one deep. Free ball across by the Mustangs. And here come the Tigers on offense. Quick tip that time, but Gordon-Rushville ready for it. Into the middle for Peterson. Softly over the top she goes. Anderson from the back row sets it up for Lovell. Good swing, but a nice dig by Sauer. Now they come over to Marker. Down the line and just inside the line. That's a nice swing that time by Liz Marker. And it's 24-18. This will be set point. Sauer serves it up. Anderson with the set. Into the middle for Garrett. Off the block and down. Sierra Garrett and the Mustangs live to see another serve here. 24-19. They're going to have to fight off a whole bunch of set points here. trying to decide whose turn it is in the rotation to serve. Finally, they decide that it's Key Lovell. He gets the sign and sends it across. Good serve down the line that time. It'll be a free ball. Not quite a free ball. Liz Marker sends that one over and nails it home for the win. 25-19 in the first set for the Bayard Tigers. We'll step aside and be back with a second set in just a second here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
New Holland has power and versatility to get through the day. From small squares to large squares and everything in between, New Holland has you covered. Visit your local dealer today to find out more. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
Folks, we need to tell you about the Coats for Kids Coat Drive, September 4th through September 29th. That's being put on by Gordon Memorial Health Services. They are accepting like new and new coats. Those can be dropped off at the Gordon Hospital, the Rushville Clinic, and the Gordon Clinic, as well as the Bank of the West in Gordon, First National Bank of Gordon, and Security First Bank in Rushville. Children's sizes only, please. Sizes 14, 16, and under. And also hats, gloves, and warm wear also encouraged. And if you have questions or need more information, contact Kathy Wright at 282-6116. Just one highlight that we caught from that first set. Let's share it with you now. Perez will come in and she will serve. Perez deep middle with that serve. Nicely done that time by the Mustang. So we are just about ready to go in this second set. Both teams back out on the floor. Still a minute left on the clock, but ready to go here. Officials are doing the lineup check. Gives us a chance to remind you that Strong Insurance has been family owned since 1932. They are your independent insurance company, and they offer all forms of insurance. Stop in and see them today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. Gracie Perez back to serve for the Mustangs. And now they'll swap out Sierra Garrett for Beth Bragg, the libero in the pink jersey. Brooklyn Hathorn behind the camera, Clint Anderson behind the microphone this evening. Glad to have you along with us again this evening. Perez gets us started. Back to the left side. This is Stewart with a big swing, but a nice dig by Beth Bragg into the middle for Perez. Drops that one over, but just, I think, a bit outside, and it was. And Bayard with the point. Gracie had the right idea. So Kildow with the serve. Starts it off with a good one. They'll go right side for Jacoby Knight this time. Slaps that one down to the floor. That's a kill by Jacoby Knight. Evens it up at 1. The Mustangs trying to avoid falling into that early hole like they did in the first set. Jacoby Knight back to serve. Good serve by Knight. Devin Tinsvold let that one go. Gracie Perez not quite ready. Both of them there, but the end result is a point for the Bayard Tigers. Not a good serve received that time. Not a good pass up to the net. But the Mustangs couldn't capitalize. Now here's Liz Marker. Perez sets it for Tinsvold, but a little bit wide. Devin couldn't get to it. And it's 3-1. And it'll be a free ball opportunity for the Bayard Tigers. They go quickly left side. This is Sauer, blocked at the net, but out of bounds. And another Tiger point. They've built a 3-point lead in the early going of this second set. Good serve again. Here's Bramer off the block. That one's going to be dug out of the net and sent across. Quickly back to the Tigers side. Here's Sauer. That one much too high, but they're going to say a net violation on the Mustangs and another Bayard Tiger point. Mustangs got the break they needed, but bad luck. Didn't see who it was in the net. And now it's 5-1, and Marker with another serve. Free ball across. Key Level can't get enough on that one. And it's 6-1. Mustangs just out of sync here. Great serve. But the Mustangs are going to get a break there as White called for the lift. 6-2. Bragg out. Garrett into that front row along with Tinsvold and Lovell. Bramer to serve. Drops that one in. Good serve. That one's going to be returned wide to the sideline. And the Mustangs get a point. 6-3. Working to get themselves back in it. That serve by Jayla Bramer into the net, though. And now it'll be Kylie Stewart. That devastating jump serve just clears the net. Mustangs with a chance here. They go to Garrett, but mistimed it. And a point for the Bayard Tigers. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Campbell. It's 8-3, 5-point lead for the Bayard Tigers. Check out the great selection of sale items now at Hins Clothing in Gordon. They also have a great selection of sportswear, casual wear, jeans, shoes, and a whole lot more. Come to Hins Clothing Center at 208 North Main Street in Gordon. The certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Visit with CPAs Sarah Ritgarn or Mike Coombs or any of the other professional staff at 216 South Main in Gordon. Or you can call them at 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and accounting needs. GLR CPA's big firm ability. Small town personality. Go Mustangs. So on the floor, Garrett, Perez, Tinsvold, Bramer, Knight, and Lovell. 8-3. Mustangs in an early hole here. That one probably was going to be beyond the end line, but Bramer went for it and doesn't end well. 9-3. It's a 6-point Tiger advantage. Now Bragg's going to come in to take the place of Jayla Bramer in that back row. Expect that ball to be coming to her. That's how that works. Perez can't quite get to that. And Stewart is on another roll. 10-3, it's a 7-point advantage. Bragg gets this one dug out of there nicely. Garrett on the swing, but not above the tape. 11-3, she had a big block thrown up in front of her. Stewart with another deep one. That one let go and beyond the end line. The Mustangs are able to break the serve of Stewart, and that'll get the substitution in here. That'll bring Schmidt in for Perez and Anderson in for Tinsvold. Grace Anderson will step back to serve. 11-4. Mustangs with some work to do here in the second set. They'll go right side for White. Into the middle, this is Garrett. Calmly sends it across. White punches it over. Bragg. And we're going to have a lift called on the Mustangs. A lot of youth on this Mustang team. Here is Sauer with the big swing. Anderson tracks it down, pops it up for Lovell. Back across to Sauer from that left side and beyond the end line with that attack. Another point for the Mustangs. It's 12-5. Punched over by Peterson. Key Lovell with a nice swing that time. Back to Sauer. And they're gonna call the Mustangs for a lift there. Beth Bragg with the infraction, 13-5. The Mustangs back in exactly the same position they were in the first set. Climbing up a steep hill. Down 8, that one right on the back line. Nice serve that time by the Tigers. Makes it 14-5. Sierra Sauer. Bragg's going to send that one up. Garrett with the free ball across. Quick tip this time, but Bragg is ready and waiting there. Anderson with the set, finds Knight on the left side. Through the block and down it goes. Good swing that time by Jacoby Knight. Mustangs able to put it all together that time. Bramer in and Bragg out. Now as Bramer comes into the front row along with Schmidt and Knight. They'll set it left side for Peterson. Through the block, down to the floor it goes. And now Peterson back to serve. Garrett heads to the bench. Grace Anderson directing traffic to try and keep the Mustangs out of another rotation violation. Into the middle they go for Peters. And then somebody in the net, or not Peters, excuse me, Stewart, Kylie Stewart for the Tigers that time, and now the lead has grown to 10. That one really tight to the net, comes down on the Tigers' side, and the Mustangs get a break there. And now Perez back in for Maddie Schmidt. Anderson out and Tinsvold back into that front row. So big lineup up front now for the Mustangs with Bramer and Tinsvold up there. Kildow in the net, under the net. Point for the Mustangs. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night as we'll have football action. The Mustangs on the road. Back down in the same vicinity. They'll be over taking on the Bridgeport Bulldogs tomorrow night. Of course, we will be there to bring you all of that action. Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Here's Jacoby Knight from the left side. Hit the antenna. That's out of bounds and a point for the Bayard Tigers. I believe that game starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Tune in and enjoy football action between the Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Perez sets it in the middle for Bramer. Big swing, nicely done. Right down to the floor it was that time for Jayla Bramer. And Jacoby Knight into the net, that one goes. 18-9. Liz Marker with the serve. Bragg tried to set it. And the Mustangs with some miscommunication, but able to get it across. And now Bayard with another nice defensive play of their own. ends up in a Bayard Tiger point. And a timeout called by the Mustangs. 19-9. The Mustangs trail by 10 points late in the second set. And the First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting their community. Welcome back to school, Mustangs, and good luck this season. Make sure you stop in and ask about their competitive student checking accounts at the First National Bank in Gordon. Come bank with the best. Bank of the West offers all banking services, including mortgages. Come enjoy their welcoming atmosphere, and you know the coffee pot is always on at the Bank of the West. And Sides and Milburn Ford of Rushville is your local Ford dealer. They offer a great selection of new Fords and quality used vehicles. Sides and Milburn also offers service and detailing and is a dealer of bad boy mowers. See their full inventory at sidesandmilburn.com or stop by the lot at Highway 20 in Rushville. And I tell you, folks, those bad boy mowers are the deal. They are very, very nice, American made. I think they come from Arkansas. They are an outstanding outfit. If you're in the market for a riding lawnmower, they've got some in stock now. Here's a big swing by Jayla Bramer, but dug by the Tigers. Joust at the net, punched back over by Tinsvold. They go back to the left side again. This is Sauer. High arcing shot beyond the end line. Point Mustangs. It's 19-10. Mustangs look good there. Now Bramer back to serve. Bragg out. And Garrett back into the lineup. Mishandled this time by the Tigers. Big swing that time by Tinsvold. Into the middle they go for Stewart. Back across, off speed shot this time. And they're gonna say that, I think that's a back row attack. I'm not really up on my volleyball signals or as I should be, but I believe that's a back row attack. I think so. So here is Jayla Bramer again, 19-11. Stewart, but Perez able to reach out and get a paw on it and save that one from sailing out of bounds. Right side they go for White. That one just off the tape, takes a nice bounce for the Bayard Tigers. And I gave that point to the wrong team. It's 22-11. And now back around to Stewart. She's gonna go with the conventional serve this time. Tinsvold can't get that one beyond the tape, and it's 22-11. That one's wide, and a point for the Mustangs. Schmidt and Anderson in, Perez and Tinsvold out. Well, Grace Anderson back to serve here. Mustangs down by a bunch. White with the free ball across and catches the Mustangs in transition. Falls harmlessly to the floor, and it is 22-12. That one beyond the end line, and a point for the Mustangs. Key level back to serve. Off the block of Maddie Schmidt. And here is Knight. Good swing that time. Returned out of bounds. Mustangs are happy about that one. They get another one back. It's 22-14. They'll go right side for Sauer. That one's punched high and out of bounds. The Mustangs with a little run here to make them feel the Bayard Tigers. 22-15, timeout called by Bayard. And folks, don't forget about our partner sponsors, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. If you go to the website right, SheridanCountyJournalStar.net, which is probably where you went to watch this broadcast anyway, this is what you're going to find. Lots of good stuff there. We encourage you to check it out. SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. And the Journal-Star, of course, is available as an online edition, and that is a fantastic way for your college student to stay in touch with what's going on back here at home while they're away at school. We're ready to resume action here late in the second set, excuse me. Mustangs trail 22-15. Key Level with the serve. Unwinds and lets it go. They'll set it to the right side. Sauer blocked at the net. Not a good pass that time, and Schmidt can't quite dig it out. 23-15. Schmidt, Lovell, and Anderson, all three on the court. Nice return that time by, I think that was Grace Anderson. Just caught enough of the net. It was in trouble as it headed that way. Sierra Garrett puts it into play. Now here is Schmidt into the middle. That's a free ball across by Knight. Into the middle, this is Peterson off the block of the Mustangs. Anderson with the set. Left side for Knight again, down the line into the corner, but dug there by White. Punched over by Stewart. Garrett is there. Not a good set that time, but just enough to get it over by the Mustangs. Here's Marker with the attack, but it's going to be out of bounds, returned by Key Level. And that brings up set point. Garrett out, Bragg in, 24-16. This is Peterson with the serve. Anderson set really tight to the net that time. And Jacoby Knight, they're going to say both players were in the net at the same time. They're going to replay. They're going to replay the point. Both Knight and the Bayard Tiger player both into the net at the same time, so they'll replay it. 24-16, set point for the Bayard Tigers. Schmidt bumps it up. Key Level sends it across, but it is outside. And another point, and the set goes to the Bayard Tigers, this time 25-16. Well, they now lead it 25-19, 25-16, 2 sets to none. One more set coming up. The Mustangs are going to try to get back in this thing.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world. With the dawn of every new day come countless new demands. At New Holland, we know the value of reliable planting. That's why our P-Series air carts and drills give you precise control over your seeding, increasing accuracy and yield. When it comes time to harvest, the CR Series Combine offers superior quality, minimal grain loss, and increased visibility. Challenges will vary from day to day, but your answers to them won't. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
It's do or die time now for the Mustangs in the third set. Need to win this one to keep the match alive. They trail 2-0. Bayard has been very workmanlike this evening. They have not made a lot of errors. They've been very sound fundamentally. They've done a great job. There's a block at the net by Stewart to start things off. And they take the quick 1-0 lead. Paige Linders into the game for the Mustangs to start this third set. That one set up nicely for the Mustangs. Bramer can't quite get it clear to the floor. Across, Knight takes that one. Here she'll attack from the left side. Bayard again, good on defense. Stewart deep in the corner. Tinsvold sets it up, and Knight with the free ball across. They'll go in the middle this time for Stewart. Softly she goes and drops it in for another Bayard Tiger point. Bayard has done an outstanding job of jumping out to a big lead early and then being able to maintain that lead through the rest of the set. They lead 2-0 here in the first. Linders with the dig. Bramer comes around with the attack. And Liz Marker drives that one home. Three to 0, Bayard out in front. Kildow with the serve. They'll go to Bramer in the middle, but a little bit too much on that one. Beyond the end line it goes. No touch, say the officials. And it's 4 to 0. Bragg bumps it up and a free ball across by Tinsvold. Kildow sets it back to Stewart off the Mustang block. Nice dig by Beth Bragg, but the overpass sets it up just right for Kylie Stewart. She slams that one home with authority, 5 to 0. So 5 straight to start this third set by the Bayard Tigers, and Gracie Perez into the net. Mustangs look back to the sideline for some encouragement from Coach Campbell. Perez just does get to this one, pops it up. Bramer sets it across. Into the middle for Stewart, but she didn't quite clear the tape with that one. That'll end the run. 6 to 1. Mustangs finally on the board in this third set. Gracie Perez back to serve. To the left side for White. Perez sets it across for Jacoby Knight. That one is a Mustang point. They're going to say there was a touch. Hard to see from this side of the court. And Knight goes down the line and gets a Mustang point, 6 to 2. Perez with another good serve. This is White with a big swing, but Linders is there to dig it out. Tinsvold sets it across, nearly found some open space on the floor. Into the middle for Stewart. Set up by Linders and the free ball across by Bramer. They'll go left side for Marker, blocked at the net by Tinsvold, but sails out of bounds. Point for the Bayard Tigers. Tinsvold was there, but the block sailed out of bounds. And now it'll be Liz Marker back to serve. Just clears the net. Bramer in the middle, soft tip, but Kildow is there. Quick tip this time. They'll pop it up this time for Sauer. Linders with a nice defensive play that time. And Jacoby Knight sends it over. Into the middle for Stewart. And a lift going to be called on the Mustangs. Well, the Mustangs are doing some things well, just can't get points on the board. Knight on the attack from the right side. Into the middle, this is Stewart. That one's off of Linders and out of bounds. Nine to 2. Linders pass over the net. Stewart's attack dug out. Here's Knight, but that one is outside of the antenna. Linders with the dig that time and tipped right down by Stewart again. That pass off the serve receive is a key part of getting the offense started. The Mustangs have struggled the last couple of times to put that in a place where the setter can do anything with it. This one's a good one. Here's Knight. That one is just inside the line. I think they got a nice call that time from the line judge. The up official gave a long look at the line judge before she agreed with that call. Key level now into the game to take the place of Paige Linders. Knight with the serve. Across to Sauer. Now here's Lovell off the block. Slapped back across, but just out of bounds by Stewart. Makes it 11 to 4. Stewart with the backhand attack that time. A little wild with the execution. Another good serve by Knight. White on the slide, but that one's in the net. Good block put up that time by the Mustangs, affected the shot. And it's 11 to 5 and a timeout called by the Bayard Tigers. Third set action, the Mustangs trail it 2-0. And they trail this one by 6, 11 to 5. Say thanks to the fine sponsors of today's action: Grocery Mart, the Italian Inn, State Farm Insurance Agent Bob Alcorn, Hins Home Furnishings, Napa Auto Parts of Gordon, Great Plains Communications, Gordon True Value, Strong Insurance, Hins Clothing Center, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, First National Bank of Gordon, Bank of the West, Sides and Milburn Ford, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star. Jacoby Knight with the serve. Mustangs trail 11 to 5. Puts it into play. Nice serve. That's an ace by Jacoby Knight. That's just what the doctor ordered. 11 to 6. Mustangs need a little confidence here. This will be in the middle for White. Sent across. Now here's Key Level on the attack. Through the block, but Kildau is there. Back into the middle for Stewart. That one is through the block, and down it goes. And it is Kylie Stewart time here, but that serve is wide of the mark. She served a whole bunch in a row in that first set, but she hasn't been nearly as effective since then with that serve. Makes it 12 to 7. And now Jayla Bramer back to serve. And that one tipped up at the net, and now they're going to say this is a point for the Mustangs. So Kildow on the attack that time, called for the back row attack. And that one knocked down. That's a point for the Mustangs as a lift is called against Bayard. And so just like that, the Mustangs are right back in this thing. They trail by 3, 12-9. Bramer with the serve. They go right side this time for White. Lovell with the set. Garrett sets it across. Into the middle, this is Peterson. And now Garrett blocked at the net, but they will say that one did not clear the tape. And it's a point for the Bayard Tigers. But the Mustangs made some headway here. They trail by just 4. And J.C. White back to serve for the Bayard Tigers. Not a good pass on the serve receive that time. The Mustangs can't get into system. And the lead pushed back to 5. Knight's pass just a little bit short. Perez not able to get to it, and just like that, the ground that they had gained is back to a 6-point advantage for the Bayard Tigers at 15-9. That serve is well beyond the end line. Perez comes out, Schmidt in to take her place, Anderson in to take the place of Tinsvold. Grace Anderson with the serve. Peterson, good swing that time, but Beth Bragg was there to dig it out. Lovell off balance, goes to the deep corner. Bayard able to get a hand on it and keep it alive. This one's going to come back across and fall to the floor. Mustangs not ready. Timeout called by Coach Campbell. Mustangs down by 6 at 16-10.
There is a new world out there, revealing itself in unpredictable ways. A world that demands more from the land and those who grow, farm, and build on it. This new world calls for the ingenuity to get more out of it, while preserving as much as we can. After all, to stay ahead of tomorrow, we need to be equipped for it today.
(16-10), the Mustangs trail in this third set. They trail 2 sets to none. Sierra Sauer back to serve. That one misplayed by Jacoby Knight. And now the advantage is 7. Be sure to join us tomorrow night. Football action at Bridgeport, as that's another pass gone awry, but the Mustangs able to bail themselves out and get one back here. Good hard work on defense that time by the Mustangs. Kept that one alive, and now Key Lovell back to serve. They'll go right side this time for Peterson. And makes it 18-11. Now Paige Linders comes in for Lovell. Into that back row. Peterson with the serve. A little bit of confusion that time as Anderson not quite able to get to it. Schmidt realized too late, but nothing that she could do. 19-11. That one is long. Sierra Garrett to serve. Liz Marker had trouble catching up to that one. Timing was off, and into the net it goes. 19-13. Garrett with another serve. They'll go left side for Stewart. Punches it down the line. Bramer with the free ball. Into the middle for Stewart. Big swing, blocked at the net. Down it goes. Mustangs with a point. Nice work at the net that time by the Mustang blockers. Bramer, Knight, and Schmidt up there in the front row. They'll set it right side for Marker. Good swing, the pass all the way back across. And Bayard right back to work. Down the line it goes, and in for a Bayard Tiger point. Garrett out, Bragg into the back row. 20-14. And here's Kildau to serve. And that is an ace. Falls in between Linders and Bragg for the point. Makes it 21-17. Mustangs running out of chances here in the third set. Anderson tries that quick tip, but Stewart is there to poke it back across. (22-14). Kildau's serve dug out by Bragg. Across to Knight they go. That one's in the net. Well, Bayard has looked good tonight. Anderson in the middle for Bramer. Blocked at the net by Stewart. Nice solo block by Kylie Stewart that time. And now that'll bring up match point. Kildau to send it across. Puts it into play. Anderson with the set. Knight on the attack. Finds a back corner. Well done by Jacoby Knight, 24-15. That'll bring Perez and Tinsvold back into the lineup as Schmidt and Grace Anderson will rotate out. And another match point as Gracie Perez puts it into play. Stewart with the free ball across. Tinsvold with the set. Here is Knight on the attack. And that's going to be another point for the Mustangs. Another good swing by Jacoby Knight. Good pass this time. Here is White with a big swing. Through the block and down it goes. And that'll be the match. As the Bayard Tigers take this one 25-16, they win the match in 3 straight sets by scores of 25-19, 25-16, and 25-16. Thanks very much to Brooklyn Hathorn for running the camera for us this evening. Certainly appreciate that. She did a fantastic job. We hope you enjoyed the coverage of tonight's game. Say thanks to our fine sponsors. We know you'll hear plenty about them as we go through the season here. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 6 o'clock as the Mustangs take on the Bridgeport Bulldogs in football action on the road in Bridgeport. Before we go, we've got one more replay stored up for you. We'll share this one with you before we get off the air. Maybe we will tomorrow night. Tune in and enjoy football action between the Mustangs and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Perez sets it in the middle for Bramer. Big swing, nicely done. Well, that was the highlight from the second set. We'll bring you that first set highlight again. Perez will come in and she will serve. Perez deep middle with that serve. Nicely done that time by the Mustang. That pretty well does it, folks. The Bayard Tigers win the match in 3 straight sets, 25-19, 25-16, and 25-16. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night for football action from Bridgeport. This is Clint Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.